have also the inheritance of the ancient Greek civilization. It might look a little bit bizarre to ascertain that, and I'm sure that most of the Greeks will not like the idea, but it is reality, because if you consider the Turks of Anatolia, one would find elements that would go back to the early ages, and you will find these interactions between the peoples of Turkic and Greek origins who lived side by side in Anatolia over centuries. We can start by 11th century. 1071 is the date that the Turkish tribes were able to enter Anatolia from the eastern Anatolia, and it is 10 centuries approximately, and it is only the last 85 years of it is not together with the Greek people. So the rest of it is somehow shared time, and of course that brought us closer to each other. And it is very interesting to observe this proximity actually brought Turkish and the Greek societies, communities, so close to each other that our lifestyle, our approach to the issues of life, to the problems, our way of eating, drinking, they are almost the same.
No, except that Turkish cuisine is definitely better.
Oh, that is a compliment. I wouldn't say that. I am just thinking that all these cuisines and the parts of the culture as diversity and the richness, and of course Turkish cuisine has many elements of Greek origin. So this is actually a combination, and I personally, together with my wife Gülhan, we didn't have our son Tuna with us at that time. Greece was the first country that I was posted abroad, and it was the city of Thessaloniki that we were sent as a vice consul at the very beginning of my career. And going from Turkey to Greece for a Turkish diplomat was a challenging position, because at that time especially, it was in 1988, Turkish-Greek relations were not so good, so it was a difficult post. But what we quickly discovered that the daily life in the city was more or less what we were having in Turkey, in Izmir, for example, or in Istanbul. You would have more or less the same life, except some politically motivated name changes, like the coffee. Turkish coffee was Turkish coffee in Greece for a long time, but later on, due to diplomatic or political necessities, it was changed into Greek coffee. But anyway, it's the same thing, and you can really enjoy it also in Greece.
Let's turn for a minute to the problem of the European Union. The Turkish government has made a very strong effort for a long time to get into the European Union. There are advantages to that, of which the biggest advantage is that the Cyprus problem would be resolved if both Greece and Turkey were part of the European Union. But the negative side of that is that Turkey is a very large country with a large population, and you have a huge immigrant community in Germany, and you would literally dominate the European Union if you became a member. And so put the shoes of the Europeans on your feet, and you have this huge giant called Turkey.
I wouldn't let
Giant. just
going.
which wants to come in. I mean, it's like the Mexicans trying to come into the United States. I mean, you know, we've got to build fences. First, we dug a huge river between the two countries, but these Mexicans learned how to swim. And so now we built a wall, but they are now tunneling under the wall. So how do we keep the Turks out of the European Union?
Yeah. That is actually what the European Union members have been thinking for some time, and they have been quite creative on that, so they are still keeping us out, although we believe that we have satisfied all the necessities some time ago before some other members that have been put in place of us. So our queue or line
you can name them.
Was cut. So I don't want to name countries. Everyone knows in the last enlargement there were 10 countries, including Poland. Poland was the biggest one, and there were discussions about its size. But the others were smaller, and it was easier for European Union to digest them, if you can name. And I would slightly modify the example that you gave about Mexico trying to enter U.S. and think of United States not as single united country, but you should think of United States as different states, not united. So in that sense, and there's only a loose federation, so all the components would be much smaller. And in case of Europe, only Germany is larger than Turkey at the moment in terms of population, and maybe in a couple of years it will change, because Turkish population rate of increase is higher than Germany. So maybe in 10 years' time, projections show that Turkey will become the highest populated country in the European Union if accepted. So that's a big issue. You are very right in identifying the size of Turkey as one of the hurdles that keeps Turkey out. There is another one which is out of courtesy, generally not mentioned, but it is the cultural element. Turkey, being a Muslim country by population, is another obstacle that is generally taught, but not officially mentioned, of course.
I want to ask you that question because you have a remarkable history in your Islamic heritage. Firstly, Turkey is a country which really married Islam and art. Your collection of art is unmatched anywhere in the world. So Islamic art found its blossoming in Turkey.
Yes.
But secondly, ever since Kemal Atatürk, you became, in the Muslim world, people are either bearded or clean-shaven. And you are largely a clean-shaven country. And this is part of the Kemal Atatürk heritage. How did you manage to be so moderate and clean-shaven in Turkey? And how did you manage this secularist concept of keeping the religion and state separate, which most of us in other Muslim countries did not manage to achieve?
Yeah. That is indeed a kind of a miracle, I would say. But one has to look back to the last centuries of Ottoman Empire to be able to identify how we came out to be secular in the Republic of Turkey, the modern Republic of Turkey, which was founded in 1923 after the end of the First World War and a couple of more years of war for us, what we call the War of Independence. The Ottoman Empire in the last two centuries of it was declining badly, and trying to modernize itself